Football League.
We're ready for some football here in Chicago at historic Soldier Field. Tonight, an NFC North rivalry renewed. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. Santos out for the opening kick. And here we go on Monday Night Prime Time. Ty Chandler to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here come the Vikings taking the field for their first drive of the game. And leading them in his pseudo-rookie season after that injury cost him last year. The 10th overall pick in our 2024 draft, J.J. McCarthy.
You know, Kate, that injury robbed us all of what looked like a promising rookie season through the preseason where this kid was on fire. But he's still got a year of learning from head coach Kevin O'Connell. Maybe more importantly, watching Sam Darnold's magical season now. And now the ball's in his hands.
First carry here for Aaron Jones. And our first play of the game is going to net them a single yard.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Jones once more. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
First down, and they go right back to him. Much better job keeping him contained this time. He's going to be marked down right near the line of scrimmage.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Staying on the ground with Jones. Oh, he's denied the first, but not by much. His play gets down to the 42-yard line.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. McCarthy on the sneak. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line. No gain.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the first.
A successful opening drive, nearing field goal range now. It's first down at the 41. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Mason gets it from the gun. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Tyreek Stevenson getting up to track that one down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Going on 3rd, McCarthy. That's caught for the first. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
Well, that It's pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. He's got a man left. And on first down, only gets about a yard here. The defender there to force him out.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He tucks it and takes off. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Design quarterback run here. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, gains that seem a little tougher to get against the front, gosh, this QB just makes routine such effortless running to pick up a handful on that designed run.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. And he's just going to huck this one into about row C there, and some lucky fan haul in a heck of a souvenir. Defense hasn't really found its backbone yet, but maybe just a little sliver of light between the clouds here as they bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, you're not going to likely keep points off the board, but if you can come through with one more stop and limit it to a field goal, yeah, that's at least something to build from.
And this finds him in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings finish up an excellent opening series. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Bears nothing.
Set to kick this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. So here come the Bears as they get set for their debut series. They'll be led out by last year's #1 overall pick, Brock. Looking to build on his decent debut season here in year 2. It's Caleb Williams.
His rookie season last year, Kate, a reminder that no matter how talented you are, this league can humble you. And it didn't help being the most sacked quarterback in football as well. But remember, 3,500 yards and 20 touchdowns, he showed glimpses of what I know Chicago wants more of this year.
Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. A pickup of 17. And that'll be first down, Chicago.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response. right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Here's Swift on second down. And he's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a first down, that's a bonus.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Staying grounded with Swift. No repeat success of that last run as he only is able to get back to the line on this play.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go. Let that pass rush get home.
Vikings sending out nickel coverage here on 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Might be able to start their game with a score here, Brock. This is 1st and goal. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Swift. A score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears finish off their opening drive. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. So a very run-heavy approach to this one thus far. Hard to argue with the results as they start out with a touchdown, Brock.
Yep, even in a passing league, Kate, it's how a lot of teams like to start, right? Everybody loves to think of winning the line of scrimmage. Why? Well, it sets up play action. It makes your protections a little bit easier. Win the line of scrimmage in this league, you have to win the game.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. Troubles with his snap, but he still knocks it through. And the Bears start off well to tie things 7-7. Tying this game up, they're all set to center away. On the return, Isaiah Rodgers. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Minnesota all set to go for its 2nd drive. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, McCarthy. This is Jefferson, and he's got it. The 30. He's at the 10. Push for the end zone. He does it. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Reichert on for the point after.
For the extra point.
Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings take the lead here, 14-7 in the first.
Bears 7.
Set to kick this away. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bears offense out there for their second drive of the contest. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. On the move, headed right. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Pete, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But it nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
2nd and 3 now. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Off the play fake, Williams. And long, need to give themselves a shot for 3rd. Williams from the gun. Connecting with his back here, Swift. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm, and a nice little gain on top of it.
Williams with 3rd and long. Connects downfield, on target to Burton. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
We've set it down from 37. That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. The Vikings have played to an early lead. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Out of the shotgun, a give to Swift. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Ivan Pace able to make the stop.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Williams to throw. He set up the screen here to Swift. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Williams set to pass. Dumped off to his running back. Looks it down to the edge of the red zone. Play brought to an end by Jonathan Grenard.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Running behind center with Swift. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. That was Jonathan Allen on the tackle.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Williams to throw on 3rd. Vikings get there. They're going to win this rep. And that is 3 sacks for this defense in this contest, and that one forces a 4th down.
Best defensive ends in the NFL, they don't need to win sustained battles to get home. Nope. Sometimes, Kate, all they need is one quick move, and they're into the backfield blowing it up.
So on 4th down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. From the left hash, this would be 43 yards. Santos' kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A defensive kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Here's Rodgers. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Vikings and Justin Jefferson are ready to go to work again offensively. They have played lights out on offense, scored their first 2 times out, Brock. A chance to go 3 for 3 and grow that lead here. Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Jones. And he'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Receiver in motion. He's headed right. 2nd down carry for Jones. And this will only complicate matters for third down, partner. They're sent backwards.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Along the sideline, he brings it in. They say he got the feet down, too. Excellent work. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets it down to the 14. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. Following the play, one of the Vikings in some distress as they hurry the medical staff out to look at him. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. On play action now, McCarthy. Escapes the pocket. And this one only manages a yard before coming to an end out of bounds. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
7th play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6. And this finds him in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings now lead by 10. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Reichert on for the point after.
For the extra point.
Extra point set right down the middle. And the Vikings drive their lead to 11.
21. Bears 10.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Devin Duvernay to return it. He dodged the tackle. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. First call here coming from the shotgun. It's taken in by Roman Dunze. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
37 yards.
set of downs from the 37. First down, here's Swift. And that effort yields him about 3 yards there. Second down.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Going to run again with Swift. And he'll find ahead for a few. It's 3rd down.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Now here's Williams. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. The Vikings and Justin Jefferson ready to go to work again offensively. And unless the coverage adjusts to slow him down, Brock, he's going to be busy and a productive target for them throughout the rest of this contest. First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. Here's Jones off the pistol give. And this winds up being an excellent play for him from deep in their own territory, up approaching that 30-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
1st and 10. It's McCarthy. We had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Hey, I get it. If any of their pass catchers have what it takes to beat double coverage, it's him. The kids would say, he's him. That defense knew it's why they doubled him and knocked it away.
Still 10 to go. It's 2nd down now from the 26. And put a receiver in motion left. McCarthy trying again on 2nd down. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. Jefferson brings it in on the slant. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
First down. Bucking at 15. First down, Minnesota.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. Pass is caught, it's T.J. Hawkinson. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
2nd and 3 now. Play action, McCarthy. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Drive has gone 8 plays now as they face 3rd and 3. Another throw here for McCarthy. Looking Hawkinson, he's got it. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
A 7-yard gain.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
Vikings first down.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Jones. Ooh, he made the most of that one, didn't he? Give him 9 yards on that first down carry.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about will power. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that first down.
Jones again on 2nd down. And he's going to be knocked backwards. This loses yards to the 7. I think they might have taken that first down for granted there, Brock. And now their punishment is they got to figure out 3rd down.
Yeah, a little bit of questioning, some mind games now, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't that work out? Can we trust to run it here on 3rd down? Not a gigantic call, but one that certainly creates a lot of confusion.
3rd and 2, McCarthy. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
5-yard gain on the play. That's another Vikings first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Exactly 2 minutes to play in half number 1. More on Monday Night Primetime in just a moment. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. And this finds him in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings boat racing them to the halftime locker room. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. And that, Brock, I know you're keeping track, but just in case our audience isn't, his 4th first-half passing touchdown. At the pace he's on, this would be a new record if he has a second half to match this one. Reichert on for the point after.
For the extra point.
The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings push their lead to 18.
Bears 10.
Set to kick this away. He fields it from the 8. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. And they take the field feeling pretty beaten down with how this one's gone. Even if they're keeping their heads high, Brock, not a whole lot they've been able to do so far.
Yeah, in these moments, I think of golfers. Right in a tournament, they don't want to look at the scoreboard. They don't want to see how much they're down. They just want to take it shot by shot by shot. It's exactly what this offense has got to do.
First down throw by Williams. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Second and 10, still at the 28. Working from the gun, Williams. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground
once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
That one's nabbed by Komet. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. It's a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. The Bears decide to call their first time out, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. Here's Williams again. Dumps it off to his running back. And he goes out a little short of the 40. 7 yards on that pickup. And it'll be first down Bears.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Williams on first down. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 28. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. To the air yet again. Williams. Completed over the middle. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. This is 2nd and 6 coming up. One play action. Williams. This is Loveland working the right side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
All right, 2 yards to go here on 3rd down on what will be the 9th play of this impressive drive. On target to Moore. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal. The Bears going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Goal at the 7-yard line.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Again, it's Williams. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
Okay, you get down to this tight red zone, and there's only so many pass plays you can run, largely because you don't have enough space to operate. Defense knows it too. Give those guys some credit. They were all over that one.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here is 2nd and goal. On play action, here's Williams. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes, incomplete. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup.
Yeah.
Unless you're already committed to going for it on 4th, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
On 24-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is good. And despite that bad snap, they're able to tack on 3.
That's tremendous execution right there. Really using every bit of time they had left in a methodical drive, paying off with points. And remember, they'll get the ball to start the second half as well.
it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. We'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So entering the locker rooms, got ourselves a 2-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
Thanks so much, Scott. Appreciate the update as always. And welcome back, everyone. Third quarter about to get underway. Got a 2-score ball game here as we resume play. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Here's Duvernay on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Chicago offense with the football first to begin quarter number 3. And some opening drive points would be invaluable, Brock, trailing by 2 scores as they leave that locker room. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Williams with a quick pass out wide. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Now a give to Swift. And this is going to take him up and across midfield there at the opposing 45. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at them and go make a point.
Off the play fake, Williams. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And their 4th sack of the game right there brings up 2nd down.
This overwhelming pressure and these sacks after sacks after sacks. Well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
Defense sent them packing back to their own side last play. Time to build on that with 2nd down. Williams from the gun. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. They set up the screen here to Swift. This is not going to get it done on 3rd down. They catch him behind the line. This goes for a loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Chicago brings out the punting unit.
For the Bears.
Torrey Taylor will kick this away. Ooh, snaps a little off, but he adjusts and sends it away. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20.
At their own
The
22-yard
Vikings
line.
and Justin Jefferson ready to go to work again offensively. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones gets it. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Trevon Dexter escorted him to the ground.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Off play action, it's McCarthy. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to be pushed out up near that 40-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
These QBs make it look easy, but that requires such a large amount of body control when you throw it on the move. You got to be able to get the same accuracy you would if your feet are set. Sure takes a lot of repetition to make it look easy.
1st and 10, here's Jones. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He's going to tuck it and run. And McCarthy slides to the ground here, but not before picking up the first.
It's a gain of 18. And the Vikings, 1st down. A gain of
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
On play action now, McCarthy. This is Jefferson, and he's got it. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
It's a gain of 33. That's another Vikings 1st down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
They'll run here with Jones. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Give him just 1 yard, I think, on the run. Still some work to do here on 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Motion man is the tight end. He's going left. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And this finds him in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings push their lead further to start the half. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Reichert on for the point after.
For the extra point.
He hits it true despite some issues with that snap. And the Vikings grow the lead now to 22 points.
13.
Reichert set to kick this away.
For the Vikings.
Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the run back at the 27. Here come the Bears back out on offense. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. This drive's going to begin with a run by Swift. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8, second down.
Well, that run may not have moved the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Now a give to Johnson, coming right. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain, so Brock, that means 3rd down coming up. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
3rd and 2, Williams. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it's going to be 4th and short.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Escapes the defender. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. The Vikings and their QB J.J. McCarthy returning to the field on offense. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. It gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Jones once more. Pop behind the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also pulls the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9, all the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Throwing on 3rd, McCarthy. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, Kate, with the game that they put together, it's surprising to see them really run into any hiccups when they appear. They move the ball very well throughout, just unsuccessful on that 3rd down.
Now we'll see Ryan Wright come on for the Vikings to punt this away on 4th. And a fair catch made without incident, just inside the 25. The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. And his production is carried over into this 2nd half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's 1st and 10. They'll run now with Swift. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Here's Williams. He'll step up, and there he goes.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like in a walk, especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Williams with the sneak. And this defense is going to win this rep. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
That's all you could really expect from the sneak, Kate. One, maybe a couple yards. So in that way, their job was executed. But the play call, well, that leaves me and I think many scratching our heads.
All right, looks like this is the moment they're going to make their comeback push. They're going for it on 4th. Here we go with Johnson. There he goes on the right side. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Well, great stuff there, Brock. He busted that one open, got downhill, and got in for 6. Huge run there.
Yeah, and this is how you break a game open. He found that lane, and he was gone. What a tremendous effort in the blocking scheme there to just spring him enough so he could take it to the house.
Williams has his guys set, looking to tack on 2 to that touchdown.
The Bears will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try it on the ground. And he is stopped. Wow, it's surprising after he just burned this defense, but he doesn't make it across, and the 2-point try fails. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Chandler now on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Vikings and their QB J.J. McCarthy returning to the field on offense. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Now McCarthy finds him over the middle. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and it's going to be 2nd down. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice. It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. Throwing again now. McCarthy. He's going for it himself. And McCarthy slides to the ground here, but not before picking up the first.
It's a gain of 18. And the Vikings first down. A gain of 18 on the play. And the Vikings first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And we might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives them a 1st and goal.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior. 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Pressure coming, and they take him down. And it's step 1 towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. 2nd and goal coming up.
It's 2nd down and goal.
All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. The Vikings hold both a football and a solid lead as they try to close this one out. Gotta forget about first down in a hurry. They need a chunk of yards here on 2nd and goal. Play action, McCarthy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Really had to find a way to get that short completion because now you're staring at 3rd and extra long, and that's a place no QB in this league wants to be.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. 3rd and long for him here. He'll get this to Jefferson. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do it through the offseason, you do it through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
The Vikings field goal.
Reichert connects there and make this a 19.3 score advantage.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. This field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away.
For the Vikings.
Fielded at the 7. This makes it up to the 25.
Bears take over first.
The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. And his attention has gone to all of their receivers, Brock. This guy has continued to do damage in the passing game as well. Quite a weapon they've been able to use him as throughout this contest. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Running with Swift out of the gun. And he's ease into the front for a gain of about 2.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
At the 28-yard line.
Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Trying for the deep ball. Big gain downfield. And he has this down to the 34. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
First down throw by Williams. He's him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. On the give, it's Swift. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be third down.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Williams has his man caught by Odunze. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
10 at the 21-yard line.
To the line and set. Here we go, first down. Now Williams. And no one had a shot at that. It's at the back of the end zone, incomplete.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB. Over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
Second and 10 now. Williams connecting with his back here. Swift. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a 4th down.
So on 4th down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. This will be around a 33-yarder for him. Santos' kick is good. And they get a smidgen closer as it's down to 16.
If they wanted any kind of shot here, Kate, to come back in this game, that field goal had to go through and make it a 2-score game. That's only the first of what would need to be several steps here in a hurry to have a chance to try to pull this out.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Chandler now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Vikings and their QB J.J. McCarthy returning to the field on offense. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
One thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
At the 27-yard line.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Connects with his back, Aaron Jones. And he's tackled for a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. They'll throw, 3rd and long. They'll have the first down and even more. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
And the Vikings, first down. A gain of 22 yards. First down, Vikings.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st and 10, here's McCarthy. Throw complete to Thielen. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bears territory.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
2nd down now, they need 7. They send a receiver in motion right. Again, McCarthy to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Now a give up the middle to Jones. He surges ahead for 5. Make it 2nd down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Motion a receiver left. Off play action, it's McCarthy. Throw left side, brought in by Hopkinson. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Good offenses, okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
This is why it's so important not to overcommit to the team's lead runner. It went to a secondary ball carrier, and they cut him down for a big red zone stop.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Now it's McCarthy. Running a screen now for Jones. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings make it a 3-score game in the 4th. It's an Aaron Jones touchdown. That is his 6th passing score of the game. A lot of quarterbacks could go several weeks without throwing that many touchdowns. And now, keep in mind, he's only one off the NFL record of 7 in a single game. Reichert on for the point after.
For the extra point.
Right down the middle, it's good. And the Vikings stretch the lead to 23.
Bears 22.
set to kick this away.
For the Vikings.
Here's Duvernay on the return. Jukes away from one. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Bears about set for their next possession. And scoring hasn't been the issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. That's completed right side. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield.
A gain of
A
19
19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. Without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
1st down, Williams. Completed over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Throwing from the gun here. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. To the air yet again, Williams. Taking a chance to the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a 1st down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And they'll turn it over on downs as that pass comes up empty, and off the field they go.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen on one of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Jones. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That run may not have gotten you a first. Sure, nice little run to set the table.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Staying on the ground with Jones. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Vikings can rest easy with a 3-score lead. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. 1st down, and they go right back to it. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
It's plays like that, Kate, that I'm happy I'm the color analyst and you and your spotter do a play-by-play, because that was a massive humanity, a whole bunch of bodies to sort through for 1 yard.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Jones gets it. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
Ooh, I like like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they can stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Staying on the ground here with Jones. And he picks up 5 on that 1st down run. Brings up 2nd down.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient. He was explosive. He got a nice little gain on the ground.
1st down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. So the Vikings pick up the win on the road. And partner, I know you took down plenty of division rivals in your NFL days. Heck, your conference opponents back in Washington in your college days always makes the win a little bit sweeter when it comes against a rival, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's just a little bit more emotion. There just is.
Yeah.
I mean, you try to keep every game level, and no opponent's bigger than the other, but familiarity does breed a little more contempt, and we could feel it today, and that's why that W is a little bit sweeter.
So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings emerge as winners as we say so long from Chicago.